Yes, yes, yes. What you got here right now? Right here, right now, right here, right now. You got Base Boxing Basement that should be one of the few truth tellers on YouTube channel, man. So what we talking about? There ain't much boxing this weekend, yeah. But my attention was drawn to Skye Nicolson. Skye Nicolson. Now, I've done a couple of videos on her, and she's another female boxing fraud. You know, she's a bum. She's a bum. She can't punch. Watch her fight. Watch her fight. You know, it's pathetic, man. She scored 4 stoppages, in the amateurs and none in the pro in 146 fights. 146 fights, only scored 4 stoppages, man. He's fighting some woman called Sabrina Maribel Perez. I think she may, can. She's like 37, right? She's only had 6 fights in 8 years, and she got KO'd a few fights ago by in one round, by a 3-2 fighter. Now, how often does anyone get stopped in women's boxing, man? It's a joke, man. It's a joke, and they'll push her. Why? Because she's pretty, and that's cool, man. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. She's a pretty girl, but you know, to try and push this kind of level of boxing on us, and she's had like 7 fights, and she's fighting some bum as a world WBC championship fight, and trying to. I mean, she could say, "Oh, I'm as good as Alexis Arguello. I'm as good as Rocky Marciano. I also won a world championship." Imagine that nonsense, man. Let me tell you what Skye should be doing. Yeah, she should be in the caravan making a nice stew, a lovely aromatic stew, a hot pot, looking after the kids, and she should be pregnant. And she'd be pregnant by the triple B. You understand me? You know? And I'd cozy up to her after a nice night of making stew, looking after the kids. I'd lead her to the bedroom in the caravan by her hand and make love to her. Instead, she's pretending to be a boxer, even worse, a world-class boxer, and using her pum-pum via Eddie Hearn, via the proxy Eddie Hearn, to get money by pretending to box. She's terrible, man. It's such a tragedy that, you know, the general populace will accept this, and they'll go, "Oh, they're better than the men sometimes," because they've been programmed to say that. It's pathetic, man. And you know, boxing is I guess it's a modern soap opera, right? Serving us up, low quality frozen hamburgers while promising us Wagyu steak. It's become a joke. You got Ngannou, Tyson Fury, you got Jake Paul, Nate Diaz, Logan Paul, Dylan Dennis, and then you got women's boxing, man. How long can you put up with this? Well, unfortunately, the populace are so easily, the general populace, at least 80% of them, are so easily fooled that they will carry on accepting this. And then there's another fight that's just been announced, right? Michael Hennessy Jr. vs. Harley Ben. Yeah. Now, Michael is the son of the fattest, sweatiest man in boxing. You know, except maybe for Big John Fisher. You know, the Chinese gobbler. the greedy man, Bosch, who loves to eat Chinese now. And let me tell you about this. Michael Hennessy Jr. is the son of Michael Hennessy Sr. Why would you name the son after yourself? It's kind of weird, in my opinion, you know. I'd give myself a different name. I'm Triple B, so I might call him, you know, Triple F or something, right? And Junior looks like the banjo player in Deliverance. That's a good film. His eyes are too close together. Right? His mouth is really small. His ears stick out. He doesn't look right, man. and this guy is fighting Harley Ben. Harley Ben is an illegitimate son of Nigel Ben, right? So Nigel Ben, who's supposed preacher these days, right? He had a child with a woman whilst he was married, and whilst he was doing IVF with his wife to try and get a child, but he smashed another woman and made this child. I mean, what? The world is so degenerate, man. The world is so degenerate. And then this guy Harley Ben is like saying, "Oh, Connor Ben, my brother, his half brother. Connor Ben, my brother, is not a cheat because I know my brother. I know my brother, and he wouldn't do this, even though he didn't grow up with him, man. He didn't share any time with Connor Bum." And this is what I mean by it's a soap opera. It's about pushing stories. It's about pushing a narrative. It's about getting people involved. It's about pushing the agenda. It's not about reality. It's not about reality, right? Anyway, fuck him. So Emperor Michael has been dropping me some emails. I like Emperor Michael a lot. He's well spoken, you know. He speaks well. He has sparred top guys. Kell Brook, Kelly Pavlik, Dean White. You know? And his emails are well written. And he's fighting Nikki Smedley. Smedley was a prospect at one stage. I think he's only lost one. I don't know what happened to his career. But I think he was what's it called? An Ingle prospect. And Luke Smedley as well. His brother was a prospect as well. And there's some controversy about the Dave Caldwell scenarios. But Luke posted on my comments in a video that I made about Sonny Edwards' missus. I can't remember whether I've taken it down or not, to be nice to Sonny. But basically, you know, Nikki had I don't really like to talk about Corey's, but he had an impressive Corey. And he smashed Sonny Edwards' missus, you know, and Sonny will never be able to reach for that Corey. But yeah, so Emperor Michael's going to be fighting Nikki. I'm trying to get him on a live, so I said, yeah, we'll do a live on Thursday, so hopefully we can do a live. But like I said, you know, I'm a big fan of Emperor Michael. I don't know what happened with the Porky situation. That's very weird, right? But this guy Michael speaks well. He's got guts, right? You know, and he will take risks. He will go on adventures to Eritrea and stuff like that, man. So yeah, hopefully we'll get Emperor Michael on the channel. But yeah, boxing's just, I don't like saying this, man, because I've been involved in boxing since I was a youth. I was, you know, obsessed with it. You know, I bought every magazine, what this kind of thing. And yet, we've been, since Corona fake lockdown nonsense, we've just been so rubbish, nonsense. Boxing has become, I'm embarrassed, you know, when I talk to guys that are casuals about boxing, maybe MMA fans, and I've told them that it's pathetic, man. It's pathetic. Oh, they go, oh, but Wilder, Gay J, Tyson Fury has been signed. This is years ago. And I was like, no, it's not, man. Believe me, it hasn't been signed. They've announced it might be signed. And this is the tragedy of modern boxing. No big fights. Fighting very rarely. The biggest fights are celeb fights, YouTube fights. I don't have a problem with YouTube guys fighting. You know, I actually think, well, good. You know, whatever. Do what you have to do, man. But boxing has lost its ability to make interesting fights at the world championship level. I don't know how long it can go on. Will I have to go on to lawn bowls maybe, you know. Those guys are very skillful rolling their balls, you know. So it's a tragedy, but how long can we put up with this nonsense? Peace in the Middle East.